Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're going to check in with Spirit to see what is on the horizon for you. So we'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit so that you can manifest what it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. So let's see what we have here. So we have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Now, that's kind of interesting because, before I start your reading, I always do a little bit of a pre-reading, and I got the Fool card. And this is actually the energy of not only crossing the bridge and going from one chapter of your life to the other, but I feel like this is the energy that you're about to step into that new chapter, if it hasn't already started for you, right? So it's the transition from one chapter to another can seem like a very long transition. I always say we watch a 90-minute movie, and from the beginning of that 90 minutes to the end, the heroine has maybe, broke up with her boyfriend and then revamped her whole life, met somebody new, and is getting married, right? And it's kind of like, it leads us with that unrealistic expectation that we can go from one chapter of our life to the next, right? We can jump up from, one kind of arena to the other overnight. And that's not really true. It takes us a long time, especially when we're mending and healing and releasing. We can't just turn that switch on and off. And especially for you, Cancer, you really emotionally bond to the people and situations in your life. And to think that we can switch our energy or switch our emotions that quickly is just kind of unrealistic. So I feel like this is Spirit coming in and saying, hey, you're at the end of the bridge. You've been on the bridge for some time, perhaps, but you are at the end of the bridge. And then we have Antelope Spirit. Yes, life is speeding up. Exactly. It's kind of like the bridge voyage, okay, from the transition from one chapter to the next does take some time. Now, it's kind of interesting because some people, when they come out of a relationship or come out of a job or some situation in their life, right, they can jump into that bandwagon of, well, that's the past, I'm moving forward, right? It's kind of like I'm taking off like the antelope, nothing's holding me back, because it is that energy that we have to first take those steps to start walking across the bridge. But if you have ever been one of those people that has jumped out of, left one relationship for whatever reason, left one relationship and moved into another too quickly, you probably have had the scenario that most people have, that you jump into a new relationship, but then you realize that that's probably not really the relationship for you, right? Sometimes we call that a rebound or something like that, that we have to take a step back and really do the healing. And I feel like this is a good indication that you have finished that healing process, Cancer, right? You are truly ready to step into the antelope energy. It is that you have done, and especially they're saying the releasing, right? The releasing is the forgiving, the allowing ourselves and allowing someone else to kind of move forward, in whatever way that is, right? Wishing them well, getting to the point where you can wish them well, and as well as wishing yourself well. And that forgiveness is a huge part of that releasing process. So forgiveness is not condoning someone else's actions. It's just allowing things to have peace in the situation so that you're no longer held back with any emotional baggage, that you can step into that loving energy of embracing enthusiastically what is ahead on your path. Yeah, this is a beautiful energy. Now, I do feel with what's coming up here is that you are closing out a chapter, but this is a long chapter, okay? And so we can have endings and beginnings in a lot of different areas of our life. Some go more quickly than others. This is a very long chapter. So this could even be that Pluto, in Capricorn since 2008. It could be the last 15 years have been somewhat trying for you. But here you are really showing up with this lovely Queen of Wands energy, being much more confident in yourself. And we cannot really have that true Queen of Wands energy. Okay, sometimes we can fake it, but here you are, Cancer. I don't think you're faking it at all. You're truly ready to step into this Queen of Wands energy. I think for some of you, you're already in it, really enjoying kind of a grander sense of your own confidence. The Queen of Wands is business savvy, creative, independent, fiery, attractive. People tend, it doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter, but the energy of attracting in people and situations that are in alignment with what you truly want. And this is a beautiful energy, because here you have, you've really and truly allowed yourself to take your time crossing the bridge. You didn't race over it. And for some of you, you may have started to race over it, right? I just got to get to that next chapter, the next relationship, the next job, whatever it is, right? But you quickly learned that was backfiring on you. Now, that's not all of you, but for some of you, you've allowed yourself to go back and really do the deep healing, right? Allowing yourself to really contemplate and heal those deeper wounds so that you can embrace this energy of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is somebody that, is very truthful, is very, authentic. She's so charismatic, right? And confident that she doesn't have to hide anything. And that's when we know, when we're in that true authentic energy, that peaceful energy of who we are, and perhaps still wanting to continue to kind of like learn and grow. But there's this energy of understanding, I am truly proud of the energy of going through this healing journey. I am proud of who I am, and I'm shining my light as brightly as I possibly can. And you have the Libra energy, right? To be fair, the energy that you have brought your life back into a sense of balance. And for some of you, if you're not feeling this quite yet, I feel like you will very shortly, right? Because this is something that you've really been working on for some time. So let's take a look at your area of resistance. Yes, your area of resistance is kind of interesting, because here's that full energy that I had before I actually started your reading, right? New beginnings, understanding that those new beginnings are available to you. But it's almost as if you're kind of stuck in a way in the energy of cleaning things out, right? People, situations, relationships, mindsets, behaviors, patterns, whatever it is. It's kind of like, no, I think I want to just stay home and clean out a little bit more. But this is the area of resistance. It's like time to get back out there. It's allowing yourself to know that you have worked so hard on creating those healthy boundaries, allowing yourself to see the red flags. If it's a romantic relationship, a business situation, whatever, the Queen of Wands is very happy to walk away from situations that really are not in alignment with what she wants for herself, right? And I think that that's the beautiful energy. Yes, you have this Star and you have this Seven of Cups. I feel like you have a lot of options coming in because you have worked so hard on healing yourself. You are the Star. It's time to get back out there. This is definitely the energy of letting you know. I feel like for some of you, you may have been in this healing process on the bridge for so long, right? That you just kind of like have fallen into the energy of thinking, well, this is kind of my life. This is my status quo now. But it definitely isn't. Yes, you have done the healing. Look at, we have the Three of Swords. So you have had some difficult, endings or disappointments in the past, heartbreak in the past, but now you know that there are new options out there. Okay, what they're saying is there's more fish in the sea. And once again, it does not have to be a romantic relationship, but it's the energy of understanding there are more fish in the sea. There are more options available to you. It's time to allow yourself to go hunting for them, right? Allowing yourself to see them, allowing yourself to say to your spirit, spirit guides and angels. I'm ready for those options. And then also keeping an open mind, seeing what comes onto your path. Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Yes, it's time to kind of truly understand that you are no longer in this energy of feeling like you're never going to have what you want. And, Cancer, I'm sending you much love and hugs, because I think for that energy to be showing up, it really is just letting you know that this is the chapter that you're in. It's allowing yourself to step off of the bridge. For some of you, you may feel safer in the bridge, right? Sometimes the bridge means that we're kind of in a solitary journey, right? We're in a safe bubble. We don't go out very often, or we don't look for other options, right? We allow ourselves to stay in that bubble, because in that bubble is when we can do the deep healing. But this is definitely a message that your healing journey is over. You don't have to feel like the rest of your life is only about healing. This is the energy of, no, it is time to move forward. It is time to start really opening your eyes up to the opportunities. It's kind of like if... and I used to be really, really, really bad about this. I really don't like shopping very much. I know. I would go shopping, like with my mother or with my daughter or somebody, and I would walk into some type of clothing store, right? And I would just walk into the store and I would say, there's nothing here I want. And the truth of the matter is my mother would say, how do you know 5 seconds into the store that there's nothing there that you want, right? And part of it was that I really and truly don't like trying on clothes. I just don't like the process, right? So I would just kind of blurt out, there's nothing here that I want, because then it almost let me off the hook. I didn't have to try anything on. Even if everybody else that I was shopping with wanted to try things on, that was fine with me. I just didn't want to try anything on. I didn't want to go through the process. It's just me, right? But also understanding that when we're saying walking into a store or our life, that has possibilities, and that's what's coming up here. There are possibilities, but maybe you're still kind of like me when I go shopping, right? And you're kind of like, oh, there's no options here. Asking yourself, what are the fears around looking for those other options, right? For me, okay, it was kind of like I'm a little height, shorter on the height. So for me, it's kind of like when I try on clothes, it almost emphasizes how short I am, right? And then I'm going to have to chop 4 inches off of everything, or have everything altered, or whatever it is, right? It's kind of like, to me, it always kind of reflected back to what it was that I couldn't change about my body, right? I can't change how my height or my proportions or anything like that, right? So it's kind of like, it kind of brought that back. But when I finally, discovered that there are clothing stores that, sell petites, or that I found a great tailor, right, that can really help me with the clothing, then it makes it a little bit easier. And I think that is what it is for you. It's kind of like this energy of, I don't really want to go out there and try to celebrate or try to look for other options, new relationships, new job opportunities, starting a new business, just new hobbies, whatever it is that you want, right? Because then it means that I have to actually come out of the bubble. I have to come out of the safety bubble, and I have to face maybe some of those, I don't want to say they're fears, but those things that kind of keep us from trying on the clothes, right? It's time to allow yourself to try on some options and not be fearful that even if the option doesn't work, I know, I finally had a friend that said, it's not really, you don't have to buy anything. Just try it on. Try some outrageous clothes on, like something that you would never buy. Just try some things on just for the fun of it. And she did help me to start understanding that shopping can be fun. It's still not something that I long to do. But at the same time, I think that that's what this is. It's kind of the energy of allowing yourself to go out there and try some new options, right? Some of you may not be sure what it is that you want. And therefore, how can you know what you want unless you allow yourself the time to go out there and try some things? And if you don't enjoy it, it's just like if you go in and you try on a pair of pants or a blouse and you're like, I don't like that. It doesn't mean you have to buy it and take it home and wear it, right? You just say, no, it's not for me. And that's what they're saying here is just try some options. See which ones get you excited, right? And allow yourself to go through that beautiful stepping into a new chapter. And you know, the things that you enjoyed in the old chapter, a lot of times those are not the things you're going to enjoy in a new chapter because you've leveled up. You're not the same person that you were, especially if you're relating this to the Pluto transit, right? So from 2008, you're probably a very different person, and allowing yourself to say, well, it's okay if I don't like the same things that I did in 2008. That's okay. And maybe I don't know what it is that I like right now. And that's okay. But I am going to allow myself to step into the energy of trying some new options. All right, Cancer. I'd love to know what kind of new options you're looking for. Is it business, career, hobbies, traveling, romance, relationships? Put it in the comments. I'd love to hear. Okay, so here is your Soul Truths card, and I do personal readings, so Cancer, if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. What can I do to make a difference? Yeah, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Really interesting. You know, Aquarius had this card the other day, and you know, one of the things is that when we allow ourselves to just even smile at somebody else, it does make a difference in their life, and that making that little bit of a difference actually makes a big difference in our lives too. Sometimes we don't understand that how our energy affects the people around us, but then also comes back towards us. So it's kind of like if you think about it, like in a swimming pool, if you make some ripples in the water, right? You have some ripples, you make some movement and you have ripples, and they go over to the side of the pool, and then they're going to do what? Their energy, they're going to bounce back towards you. So one of the things to think about is the energy that you put out, right? This sense of enthusiasm, if you put that out, then what's going to happen is it's going to bounce back to you. Maybe not with that one person that you smiled at, but if you continue to do that, put your good energy out, what will happen is you'll just constantly start to notice, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting more higher vibrations, more positive energy coming my way in different ways, right? In different scenarios in your life. So give it a try. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.